No further amendments.
We're back on the bill. Speaker Emeritus Naifeh, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank the members for us not having the previous question before people had the opportunity to voice their views on this particular piece of legislation, because it is important. It's important to the sponsor, and I know that. And he and the representative from Blount County have worked on this for many years, and you finally got it to the floor. I just have a couple of questions, and one is, what happens if a person has been consuming prior to arriving at the restaurant, and he goes and sits at a table and someone goes and gets him a drink and he's drinking that? Who is at fault there, the person that is consuming or the people that served him?
It's going to fall on the person that was consuming, because it's his responsibility based on the statute not to be consuming alcohol, period, while carrying a firearm. So he's already violated the law by drinking and carrying his weapon to begin with. So it's not up to the restaurant to police him. They may not know if, in fact, he's carrying or not carrying, because these folks have usually got their guns, hidden beneath their coat or covered up or something. So the liability does not fall back on the restaurant. The liability falls on him. And actually somebody calls the police, and he's got the right to be arrested on the spot. So
the restaurant is not at fault?
No.
And then an individual walks in that hasn't been consuming, and he's dressed as the gentlemen here are tonight in this chamber, and he's got a weapon on, and he orders a drink, and he gets it. Who's at fault?
That's going to be the person ordering the drink, unless the restaurant can call the police department. The police department can come in and ask him for proper identification, that he has a handgun, a carry permit, and if he's been drinking, he can be arrested.
We do assume that that's going to happen.
Well, there's all kind of hypothetical situations we can put forth here, but yes, it's not, the people go through the class, they know what they can and cannot do.
Well, at one time when we were all meeting on these bills over the past few years, we had asked that it be posted if you were going to serve. This restaurant serves people with gun permits, but y'all didn't want to have that, did you?
Mr. Speaker, it's already in the law, sir, that restaurants have the right to post if they don't want someone to come in.
No, I mean, we were going to post that affirmatively, that we will serve people that have gun permits. Y'all would not do that. Is that not right, Representative McCord?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Y'all had discussed having a reverse posting.
You were in the discussion.
Right. Y'all had discussed having a reverse posting, and that put somewhat of an undue liability and responsibility on the property owner and the server.
And the NRA didn't like it.
No.
And, here we are doing this at this time where just last week in a restaurant in Nashville, someone was shot and killed. People are getting killed across this United States. I'm a believer in the Second Amendment, but I'm a believer that we should have restrictions, certain restrictions. As you know, I voted for the first 4 gun bills that were up here. Now, the 11 to 5, I have a problem with that, and I was with what the gentleman from Germantown wanted, but obviously we had 60-something votes on Friday, but only had, I don't even know, less than 20, I think, today, but that's gone. Did you ever, and I think we discussed it, Representative McCord, if you recall, I don't remember if Chairman Todd was in the meeting, where we had asked, well, if we're going to do this at 11 o'clock, that you take your gun to the bar and you check it and you get a gun check. But we decided we didn't want to do that, didn't we?
We decided not to do that, yes, sir.
NRA didn't like it.
Nobody that I know of in the country checks them at the bar.
Well, I'm going to end because I know people have got things to do, but I've spent a number of years dealing with this piece of legislation, and I have a lot of respect for my police chief at home and the police chiefs across the state of Tennessee, same as I do for my sheriff at home, both of my sheriffs, and the Sheriff's Association across the state of Tennessee, my district attorney generals, and all the district attorney generals across the state of Tennessee, and they are all opposed to this legislation. And that is the main reason that I have voiced my opinion so strongly about this bill. I believe more in my chiefs of police, my sheriffs, and my DAs than I do the NRA. And I wish you would think about that before you vote on this bill. I know that some of you are going to get up and ridicule that, but that's okay too. That's what this discussion's about. And I also understand that the Restaurant Association doesn't even like this bill. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak on the bill.